Hi everyone, I'm Julia. I'm a CMF designer for BMW Motorrad. I've been working for them for 3 years. As a CMF designer, I usually work in series design, so I create the colors, materials, finishes and graphics for our motorcycles, everything that you see on the road. And luckily I also get to work on concepts. This year I worked on this and the BMW i concept. And this is our AMBY Vision bike, and I'm very proud of it. Basically, for me, this concept was initially something that I thought, oh, this could actually solve some problems, because it lets you use the best of both worlds, basically. You can use both bike lanes and regular lanes with geofencing technology, and for me that was absolutely groundbreaking. And of course it was a pleasure to then create a design that expresses this new idea of smart mobility. So this bike's uniqueness is that it has 3 different modes that you can basically use wherever it fits the best. So you have 25, 45 or 60 kilometers per hour that are indicated on the number plate with an e-ink technology display. And basically, when you choose to go in the bicycle lane because there's lesser people there, you can just go 25, and 45 when you go on the main roads, or even 60 when you take the bike outside the city boundaries, or if you go on a Stadtautobahn, like the Mittlere Ring in Munich. What helps immensely would be the geofencing technology paired with the HERE maps, giving the motorcycle a very clear idea where it is and where the boundaries of the said ground it is. So basically when you're on the bike lane, the bike knows this and is hence limited to 25 kilometers an hour, lowering the risk that something might happen. So with just 65 kilos of weight and a range of around about 110 to 120 kilometers, this bike can take you basically anywhere within the city boundaries, and you'll always find the quickest way. So for me, especially its weight, I love it because I, as a rather small person, always struggle with the weight of big bikes. We created this bike for said young target group. Their demand on design is entirely different. They don't want to have something that can be put into a box. They want something extraordinary, something that makes them curious. For them, it's much more about experience than about labeling something. And so we created a design that, on first sight, it has to be stunning. So if you look at the motorcycle, you don't know, is it a motorcycle? Is it a bicycle? You don't know, and that's exactly what we wanted. At first read, you read a proportion that is much more product design-like than regular motorcycle design. You have sharp angles, you have clean surfaces, which for me I love because they're my canvases. And the whole motorcycle just immediately tells a big story. For the material concept in general, we pick up the story of BMW i and the circular story. So we used, for the main body panels and for the seat, we used recycled materials. This floating gray polymer, for example, can also be found at the BMW i circular car, as well as at my other concept bike that I did for BMW i. And it understates how forward-thinking this whole concept is. And this also obviously had to go together with very bold graphics. And so I chose to disrupt this whole dark body. I chose bright, white, bold graphics and created accents, color accents, emphasizing the electrical engine of the bike. And for example, here in this biggest graphic that stretches all over the body, you read the AMBY, the logo of the bike itself at second read, because I stretched it into a much bigger graphic by itself. And I created a combination of very typical serif fonts together with the very highly technological fonts, like even bitmap fonts that I used here and in technical details. And I just love how contrasting they are and how unexpected the combination of those fonts are. And it's not only about the general impression, but the further you approach the bike and you dive into the second read, you just you just explore so much. We added very fine graphics in every corner. We have iridescent details that just change as soon as you circle around the bike. It looks different from every perspective, especially because the other side is asymmetrical as well, so it's not mirrored. Those iridescent details, they add the spark, they look different from every angle. So we're very, very proud to have you meet our concept. I think it's just such a good hybrid, and for me this is absolutely the solution to the new mobility demand and to the changing demands and the changing circumstances that you experience in a city with more cars and more just people being on the road. And our vision, I think, is a perfect solution for this, and we're really aiming high, and I really hope that you're just as hyped about this concept as we are. We love it and we'd love to have you on board.